Okay, let's dive into this. You know that feeling, right?
Yeah.
When your mind's just buzzing,
Yeah.
like 1,000 thoughts at once,
Yeah.
can't focus, and you're just wishing for a bit of quiet up there.
Oh, definitely. That mental chatter is pretty common these days, I think.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, if that sounds like you're in the right place because this deep dive, it's all about meditation. Specifically, how to actually start and, importantly, stick with a meditation practice.
It really is a fascinating area, and meditation offers such a direct way to, well, not silence the mind because that's often a losing battle,
Right.
but to change our relationship to all that thinking.
Exactly. And we know you, the learner, you want the good stuff, the key info without getting bogged down.
Uh-huh.
You want those aha moments, the practical bits you can actually use. So yeah, consider this your shortcut to understanding meditation essentials.
And we've looked at quite a range of material for
We
this.
really have. Everything from, the big apps like Headspace and Calm to insights from places like the Mayo Clinic, the NHS, scientific papers too,
Right, the research side.
and even just like real conversations people are having on Reddit. It's a broad mix.
It's actually really interesting seeing how all these different sources, the apps, the health institutions, the scientific studies, even just personal experiences, how they often point to the same core ideas and steps.
Totally. It kind of reinforces things, doesn't
It
it?
really does. Shows there's something solid there.
So our mission today, it's pretty simple. Pull out the absolute must-knows, the actionable tips, so you can feel confident starting or, maybe improving your meditation practice if you've already tried.
Yeah, clear, practical advice.
Exactly. Keep it engaging, avoid the jargon overload.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in. What is meditation at its core? Like the basic idea.
Okay, so fundamentally, it's about deliberately paying attention.
Paying attention.
Yeah, paying attention to the present moment, but crucially, doing it without judgment.
Without judgment.
Okay. It sounds simple, but it can be tricky in practice. We usually use something called an anchor.
An anchor.
Yeah, something to focus on, like your breath, maybe sensations in your body or sounds around you. Some people use a word or phrase, a mantra.
Okay.
And the idea is when your mind wanders off, which it will,
Oh, it definitely will. Mine does constantly.
that's completely normal. So when it wanders, you just gently bring your focus back to that anchor.
So it's not about like forcing your mind to be empty because honestly, that sounds impossible.
Exactly. That's a huge misconception. The goal isn't to stop thoughts. Our minds think that's what they do.
Phew. Okay.
The real practice, the skill you're building, is noticing when you've drifted.
Ah, the noticing part.
Yes. Noticing you're lost in thought and then gently, kindly guiding your attention back. That returning action is the meditation, in a way.
That makes so much more sense. It feels less intimidating,
Yeah.
less pressure.
Precisely.
Now, something that came up again and again in the sources was consistency. Seems like that's a really big deal.
Oh, absolutely critical. It's just like physical exercise or learning an instrument.
Right.
You get the real benefits from doing it regularly. Headspace put it really well. They said something like, to truly experience the benefits, we need to commit to meditating regularly day after day with gentle discipline.
Gentle and considered discipline. I like that phrase. It doesn't sound harsh.
Exactly. It's not about forcing it, but about valuing it. And the research backs this up too. Regular practice can actually change brain structure over time.
Really?
Yeah, in areas linked to things like attention and self-awareness. So it's not just a feeling, it's potentially rewiring things.
Wow. Okay. So consistency is key.
Mhm.
And having a routine helps. Like same time, same place.
Yeah, that can make a huge difference for habit formation.
Mhm.
If you meditate, say, every morning in the same chair, your brain starts to associate that time and place with the practice. It becomes more automatic.
Less of a decision each day.
Exactly. And like Headspace also pointed out, prioritizing this, it's really about prioritizing your mental health.
That's a powerful way to frame it. Taking care of your mental well-being proactively.
Yeah.
Okay, so you sit down, you're trying to focus on your anchor, say your breath.
Yeah.
And boom, thoughts just flood in. To-do lists, worries, what you need from the shop.
The classic experience.
Right. Does that mean you're doing it wrong? You're
Yeah.
bad at meditating?
Not at all. Absolutely not. A wandering mind is like meditation 101. It happens to everyone.
Okay, good.
Seriously, sources like Mindful, Headspace, they all stress this. The mind wanders. That's normal. The key isn't to stop it or get annoyed by it.
So what do you do then? Just let the thoughts run wild?
Not exactly run wild, but observe them. Notice they're there. but without getting caught up in them.
Yeah.
Headspace had that nice analogy, like thoughts are clouds passing through the sky of your awareness.
Oh, I like clouds drifting by.
Yeah. You see the cloud, you acknowledge it's there, but you don't have to climb onto it and float away. You just notice it and then gently bring your attention back.
Back to the anchor.
Back to the anchor. Your breath, or whatever you've chosen, and the gently part is really important.
Right. No beating yourself up.
None at all. Self-compassion is huge here. WebMD mentioned not being too hard on yourself. Headspace just says don't judge.
Okay.
Recognize the thought, maybe silently label it thinking, and then softly redirect. It's that gentle return over and over.
Okay, that framework is super helpful. Setting the right mindset. So we know the core idea, we know consistency is key, and we know the mind will wander. How do we actually make this happen? Like practically build it into a daily habit?
Great question. Several really practical strategies emerged. Number one, and this was almost universal, start small, really small.
How small are we talking?
Like Zen Habits literally says, start with just 2 minutes.
2 minutes, seriously.
2 minutes. The Times of India also said, start with just a few minutes and build up gradually.
Wow, okay. Anyone can find 2 minutes, right? That just removes a massive barrier.
Exactly. It makes it feel achievable, not overwhelming.
Okay, start small. What else?
Choose a consistent time. Try to meditate around the same time each day.
Like first thing in the morning. Headspace suggested that.
Yeah, morning often works well before the day gets crazy, but Mindful also rightly points out the best time is the time that actually works for you and your schedule.
Makes sense. Don't force a morning routine if you're a night owl.
Right. Find your slot. Also, finding a dedicated space can help.
A specific spot.
Yeah. Mindful suggests having a quiet, comfortable place. Doesn't have to be fancy, just somewhere that sort of signals meditation time to your brain.
Your little meditation nook. I like it. Okay, now this next one sounds really clever, habit stacking, linking it to existing habits.
Yes. This is a really effective technique. Headspace mentioned it. The idea is you link meditation to something you already do automatically every day.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, so you brush your teeth every morning, right?
Yep, non-negotiable.
So your new rule could be, after I brush my teeth, I will meditate for 2 minutes. Or, before I have my first sip of coffee, I will meditate.
Ah, I see. You're piggybacking on the existing habit.
Exactly. The old habit acts as the trigger for the new one. You could meditate while the kettle boils or stretch after brushing teeth, then meditate. It just slots it in.
That's smart. Takes the remembering part out of it almost.
It really helps. But, life happens, so flexibility is also key.
Right. What if your routine gets thrown off?
Headspace advises adjusting rather than skipping entirely. If you can't do your usual time or place, find another slot. Maybe do a shorter session. Just don't let one disruption derail you completely.
Okay, so flexibility, but also persistence. Don't aim for perfection.
Absolutely. Focus on the process, not some perfect outcome. Headspace was clear. There's no right or wrong way to meditate. Just showing up is the win.
I needed to hear that. What else helps keep you going?
Remembering the benefits. Take a moment after you meditate to just notice how you feel. Maybe a little calmer, more centered.
Acknowledge the positive effects.
Yeah, and think about the bigger picture benefits too. Reduce stress, better focus, maybe better sleep, more emotional balance. The Times of India and NHS listed quite a few. That reminder can be motivating.
True. It's easy to forget why you started. What about when the excuses pop up? Too busy, too tired.
The classic excuses. Headspace suggests actually noticing them, maybe even writing them down.
Writing them down. Why?
To see if there's a pattern. Sometimes just seeing an excuse written down makes it seem less powerful,
Yeah, maybe.
Also, maybe find a buddy. Meditating with a friend for mutual support. Headspace mentioned that.
Accountability partner. Good work.
And celebrate small wins. The Calm blog suggested rewarding yourself for, say, meditating 3 days in a row.
A little positive reinforcement. I like it.
Definitely. And there was also a mention of writing an implementation intention.
What's that? Quickly.
It's basically making a really specific plan. I will meditate for duration at time and place, making it concrete. And finally, just be patient. Headspace reminds us it's a skill you build over the long haul. Be kind to yourself.
Okay, lots of great strategies there. Start small, be consistent, habit stack, be flexible, focus on process, remember benefits, acknowledge excuses, maybe get a buddy, celebrate wins, plan specifically, and be patient.
That's a pretty good summary.
So we've got the foundations and the habit building tips. But if you're new, all the different types of meditation can seem confusing. Can you touch on some of the main approaches?
Sure, there are definitely different styles, and it's worth knowing about them so you can explore. We've mostly talked about mindfulness meditation.
Right, observing thoughts without judgment.
Exactly. Often using the breath, body sensations, or sounds as an anchor. Then there's simple breath-focused meditation, just paying attention to the inhale and exhale. Very straightforward.
Seems like a good starting point.
It often is. Body scan meditation is another popular one. You systematically bring awareness to different parts of your body, head to toes, just noticing sensations.
Good for connecting with the body, I guess.
Very much so. It helps ground you in physical sensations, which can be great for stress. Then there's mantra meditation.
Repeating a word or phrase.
Yep, silently or aloud. The sound and rhythm help focus the mind. It gives the mind something specific to hold on to.
More active than just the breath, maybe.
For some people, yes. Walking meditation is another option, bringing mindful awareness to the physical act of walking. Great if you find sitting still difficult.
Oh, interesting. Meditation in motion.
Exactly. And of course, there are guided meditations using apps or recordings to lead you. Very helpful for beginners.
Yeah, lots of people start there.
And simple techniques like counting breaths, maybe counting up to 10 and starting again, or visualization, creating calming mental images. There's also transcendental meditation, or TM, which uses specific mantras.
Wow, okay, so quite a variety. The message is try things out.
Definitely. Experiment. See what clicks for you. Don't feel locked into the first thing you try if it doesn't resonate. Finding a practice you genuinely connect with makes it much more sustainable.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're trying these techniques. What are the common roadblocks, the pitfalls people hit?
Yeah, there are a few common ones. We already touched on trying to stop thoughts.
Right, counterproductive.
Totally. Headspace was very clear on that. Another big one is judging sessions, labeling a meditation as good or bad.
Letting go of that judgment again.
Exactly. Every sit is just practice. Also, having unrealistic expectations, thinking it's a magic bullet or a quick fix.
It's a long game.
It's a practice, yeah. Another pitfall is not giving a technique enough time, hopping around too quickly without really exploring one approach.
Give it a fair shot.
Right. And related to that, quitting when it feels difficult or you get discouraged. Challenges are normal. Persistence is key.
Don't give up at the first hurdle.
Precisely. Another one is waiting for perfect conditions, thinking you need total silence or complete solitude.
But you said earlier, meditation can happen anywhere.
Within reason, yes. You can practice with background noise. Learning to meditate with distractions is actually part of the skill.
Okay, good point. What about feeling really sleepy when you meditate?
Super common, especially at first. You could try meditating when you're naturally more alert, maybe not right after a big meal. Check your posture, sitting upright helps. Or even meditating with your eyes slightly open.
Eyes open, interesting. And if you feel restless, jittery.
That's where something like walking meditation might be really helpful. Or even just starting with shorter sessions. Sometimes restlessness decreases as you practice more. And finally, just feeling overwhelmed by all the options we discussed.
Yeah, decision paralysis.
The advice there is usually pick one simple technique, like breath focus, and stick with that for a while. Get comfortable before exploring others. Keep it simple initially.
Start simple, start small. Seems to be a recurring theme.
It really is.
Okay, these are really helpful pointers for navigating the journey. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, what are the absolute core messages you want our listener to take away?
I'd say consistency is more important than duration, especially at first. Start incredibly small, 2 minutes counts. Accept the wandering mind, it's normal, just gently redirect. And leverage habit stacking, link it to something you already do.
Gentle persistence, self-compassion, finding your own way, and building it into your life. Okay, so what's the very first step? Like, right now?
Just try it. Honestly, commit to 2 minutes today. That's it. Find a spot, sit down, set a timer if you need to, and just notice your breath, in and out.
Just 2 minutes.
Just 2 minutes. Be kind, be patient, see what happens, no pressure.
Excellent. Simple, actionable. And on that note, here's a final thought for you, the listener, to sort of mull over. Consider how even small moments of present moment awareness throughout your day, outside of your formal meditation practice, might begin to subtly shift your perspective and bring about a greater sense of calm and focused attention.
Integrating it into daily life moments.
Exactly. This deep dive is really just scratching the surface. There's so much more to explore in the world of meditation if you choose to.
It's a rich field for sure.